guys want to know what pennies to actually look out for in your pocket change. But let's start off with the 1958 penny. Now this Lincoln cent here is a double die obverse, meaning that there is doubling taking place on the lettering, the "In God We Trust" phrase, as well as the word liberty. I know a lot of collectors and non-collectors know the 1955 double die. That's a very famous coin, but this is the 1958, so don't forget about that. Always be on the lookout for the 1958 double die. Next up is the 1963 double die obverse. Now where you want to look for the doubling is on the date. If we look there at that 3, you can see another 3 underneath it, which is awesome. If you look there in the middle of the 3 and look right below it, and as it hooks around the bottom, you can see it come out on the bottom there, that doubling. So watch out for that. All you have to do is get a cheap little coin microscope from Amazon, eBay. It'll only be under $20 and you could find these type of errors. Next up is the 1936 penny. Now this Lincoln cent here is a double die obverse as well. So same thing that we looked at on the 1958, you want to look on all the lettering on the 1936 penny as well. You can clearly see the doubling taking place on all of this. I really like the doubling on Liberty on this one. The R, the T, and the Y, those look really cool. Not used to seeing that particular type of doubling, but that is very cool. And I really like the trust, like the S, how it goes all the way up, and the T there on the word trust. That is some cool doubling as well. That is very extreme there. So watch out for the 1936 double die penny. Also for the 1936, don't forget to look at the date as well. You can see a lot of doubling going on the date there. That is something that is very noticeable. You might not even need a microscope to notice something like that, but if you have the microscope, you could definitely see a close-up image like this. So definitely make that investment, and hopefully you'll be able to find some double dies like this 1936. Next up is a 1940 Lincoln cent. Now this penny is a repunched mint mark. So if you look underneath the 1940 date of the penny, you will see the D mint mark for those that are going to be Denver minted produced pennies. And as you can see in the image displayed, that D mint mark is repunched. There is a D mint mark underneath the one that is already there. So that is very cool. That's going to give the coin some value, so make sure you watch out for stuff like that. The 1940 RPM repunched mint mark. Moving on to the 1984 double die obverse penny. You wouldn't think to look for this penny, the 1984 penny, and I'm sure there are tons and tons in circulation that you could pick out and search through underneath your microscope. If you look here on the D at the top right corner of the image, you can clearly see that doubling taking place there, as well as on the word Liberty. And if we go to this next image here, we can see the rest of this coin where it is taking place on the word trust, we, and even the date 1984. So watch out for that. You can clearly see the doubling on trust, most noticeably on the S, the U, and the T there at the top of the T, and the S is very, very noticeable, and then on the we and the date as well. So watch out for the 1984 double die penny. Moving on to the 1941 double die penny. Now this is an extreme example of doubling, but if you look to the left of the 1 and the 9 on the date, you can see that doubling taking place there. So that is going to be a double die, and as well as you look at the word Liberty, if you look to the left of the T and the Y, most noticeably on the Y to the left of it, you can see that doubling there as well. So watch out for the 1941 double die. Next up is a 1942 double die. Now this is very self-explanatory. Again, you see the doubling taking place on the lettering. Also on the date above the 9 there, you can see that. So watch out for the 1942 penny. Also on the 1942 S, you can see that this is a RPM, a repunched mint mark. So it's not just on the Denver mint, it can also be on the San Francisco mint, S mint mark coins, where that repunched mint mark can take place as well. So watch out for the 1942 S repunched mint mark. Also, we got the 2006 penny. That is a double die. You can see it again on all the lettering, the I, the N, the G, the O up top, and then most noticeably here on trust on the bottom of the U, on the S there, and the top of the T, and to the right of the T, even on the R, to the right of the R there on trust. And then Liberty, you can see that there as well. Don't forget on the 2006 to check out the date, because that also has doubling, and it is very visible there in that image displayed. Now this next one is interesting. These are probably very difficult to find. This is a 1944 D over S mint mark. So Denver mint over a San Francisco minted mint mark. So watch out for that. If you see anything that may be looking like a blob or unusual with the mint mark underneath the microscope on your coin, like I said, feel free to post your images on those coins, error coin Facebook groups, and you would definitely get some valuable information there. And here's just another example of an RPM repunched mint mark, a 1946 penny, and you can see that D is actually above it. So if you look at the D and look a little bit above it, you can see that line that curves around and even cuts through the middle there of the D. You can see that repunching taking place. So watch out for the 1946 Denver minted repunched mint mark penny. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, guys. And until then, I will see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.